Good morning, YouTube. It's Mr. Ferguson here. Man, today I'm filming this the day before you're watching it, but man, the temperature is supposed to be only about 88 degrees, which don't sound like much, but for the next 4 to 5 days, we're supposed to not be anywhere close to 90s, even on Saturday being around 81 degrees. Really looking forward to it. Thank you for tuning in today. We're going to walk out here to begin this video in the front yard because I want to talk about this. We're not going to do any action per se. Here's what I'm going to do. What I've decided is this is bothering me. I don't like it. It's standing out because clearly you can see the darker green fescue, and when I pan over here you can see the lighter chunks here that have popped up. I don't know when. So what I'm going to do is I looked up nutsedge. Yellow nutsedge is actually controlled by tenacity. I have tenacity. So I looked up the spot treat rate for tenacity. It's somewhere around 0.17 for 1,000 square feet. So I'm going to mix up some tenacity in my backpack sprayer. I'm going to hit this and then I'll come back and we'll do an update video on it at some point in the future. And we'll see, you know, does this stuff get affected? It should. You know, obviously it's going to turn it white. It's going to turn some of the fescue probably white. I'm going to try to spot treat and hit, you know, the clumps here and not hit the fescue in between if at all possible, but it needs to be handled. This is the time when we need to handle stuff like this. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I like to show everything that I do, so in case you guys are dealing with the same things at home, you can see, hey, does tenacity work? Mr. Ferguson tried it, and you can pull this video up. So with that, let's go in the backyard. I want to talk about some things I got in the mail, some biostimulants. All right, so today we want to talk about something different, something unique. We're not talking about weeds for once. We're not talking about you know, water and things about that. We're looking ahead a little bit at the future. As most of you know that have been in lawn care, if you're new, maybe this is news to you, but we're getting ready to do fall aeration, which I always say mechanical aeration is something I'm going to do every single year. I see the benefits of loosening the dirt. So aeration, we do that in the fall. Why do you do that in the fall, Mr. Ferguson? Can I do that in the spring? Well, we want to put down pre-emergent in the spring to stop our weeds. So we don't want to aerate in the spring. We want to aerate fescue in the fall time. This is the time to do it. This is the time if you've got some nagging weeds like nutsedge in the front ditch, or if you've got some Bermuda that you want to try to torch, this is the time, in my opinion, that we handle those things. So we want to get any type of chemical in our system and out of our system as quickly as possible. But as we prepare and look towards aeration day, my goal, as I've mentioned to you guys, is to try not to overseed for the first time, which will be kind of scary because it's all I know is every year to buy that bag of grass seed and overseed and thicken up the lawn. And not thickening up my lawn with new seed is kind of makes me nervous, to be honest with you. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do, but I do know that I needed to go ahead and start ordering the products that I need to have on the day I'm going to do aeration and seeding, if I do seeding, or to prepare for that, to get the lawn going. We will talk soon. I did get in my choice for fertilizer on the day that we aerate. I'm going to do my aeration. If I seed, I'm going to seed the areas that need to be seeded, and I do have some fertilizer that will go down on the whole property. I got that in, but we'll share that on another video. I talked about last season, we're going to kick back on the biostimulants. I'm not going to use them as much, and I save money, and I don't see a major difference in my lawn using biostimulants versus not. Now, that's not to say that if you buy biostimulants, you're wasting your money. It's not at all what I'm saying. I want to sprinkle in more biostimulants this year. I think the humic is a great idea. Some of them I'm more favorable to than others, and so we'll try that this year. So, what's in the box, Mr. Ferguson? Quit blabbing. I know, I'm getting to it. So, let's go with some of these that are familiar, and I haven't even looked in here, so I hope they got my order right. But let's go to Mr. Number One, RGS. RGS. So RGS is something, why did you buy that, Mr. Ferguson? I think this is one of the standard for next products as far as biostimulants. RGS is something I put down at seeding because it's root growth supplement, or something is what I've always called it. It does have sea kelp in it. It is supposed to help a little bit with with stress in the lawn. But RGS at time of seeding, it's supposedly, and I've heard and I sort of tend to believe it's true, that RGS at time of seeding helps with the roots to develop roots, kind of like having phosphorus but in a liquid form way, if that makes sense. RGS, I've done it at seeding time and I thought it's kind of helped with germination, but it could all be just mentally for Mr. Ferguson. I don't know, I don't have data to tell you that. But RGS, root growth, it's getting to drive those roots down, so when we get in times of stress, it's helping, you know, to reduce stress on the plant because it has deep roots in the ground. It's also full of humic acid, correct? Yes, 6% humic acid, 3% fulvic acid, 3% sea kelp extract. Purpose, it adds humic acid to the soil and may increase micronutrient uptake. So nutrient uptake also may increase via RGS. I think it's a great product. I've used it. It does all those chemical things that Mr. Ferguson don't fully understand, but RGS, I plan to put that down. If I'm going to seed in areas, I'm going to lay that on top, but I'll likely do an application of RGS after aerating that day. So RGS, I recommend it. Let's go with number 2, another familiar. I've already got him in the shed. We talked about it last time I had an order. I got some more Humic 12. What's Humic 12, Mr. Ferguson? Well, we just talked about it in RGS. It is 001, is a very small amount of potash in it, 1%, and it's 12% humic acid. It's a lot of what is in RGS. It's double what's in RGS. The purpose statement on this is adds humic acid to the soil, may increase micronutrient uptake. Very similar to RGS, except this has double the amount of humic acid in it. What is humic acid, Mr. Ferguson? Well, my dummy next product explanation, I get it from Pete. I've listened to him, but basically humic can unlock nutrients in your soil to be able to be uptake by the plant. That's my understanding of it. Pete owns a lawn care business. They cut grass, they build lawns, they do all these things, and he's bought humic acid for years and swears by it, and he's investing his own money into his company in humic acid, so you know the guy ain't just joking around or fooling around if he's putting it into his company. So humic acid is it's going to make your dirt darker. That's a result of applying humic to your lawn. The darker dirt, the earthworms, I believe, like that better, but it's also, as it said, it's going to add humic to the soil, and it's going to help with micronutrient uptake into the plant. So I like the Humic 12. I have a half a bottle in there. I like to add it to these little things that I'm doing in the lawn, and so Humic 12. Let's move on from there. 2 new products. Oh, look, I got some oh, cool. They gave me stickers. I think they did that on accident. But let's go to a new one. Now, this one we're not going to use at the time of seeding, but I am going to try to get to this in the beginning of spring, and that is the new product, Green Kick. 0025 Green Kick. If you guys remember earlier this summer, I had the old Green Fight, the first version of this. This is like Green Fight 2.0. Remember, this one is potassium carbonate, 25% derived from potassium carbonate, but it says somewhere around 2 to 5, but it's 0025. Clearly that's for potassium reasons. So putting this down throughout the year, that's what I want to, that's the reason why I've purchased this now in my 4-box plan, because number one, it's new and I've not tried it, and it's the version 2.0 of Green Fight, but I want to continuously feed some potassium in my lawn until I get my levels up, because it's going to take some time to do that. And I was fearful that I wouldn't be where I'm at today because of the lack of potassium in my lawn. And so now with the sea kelp and also with the Green Kick, I'm hoping that throughout this upcoming season, we can apply some Green Kick to the lawn when we want to spray something, and it will help to boost up our potassium and help the stress in our plant. So Green Kick, we'll be using that later on in the season, but wanted to go ahead and order it now. And lastly, the last one is also a new product I've never used. Been very curious about it ever since I saw it. And likely after our initial granular fertilizer application that we're going to do to the lawn at the day of aerating and or seeding, later on, probably, if I had to guess, late October, November probably, November time frame, we may use this guy. And it is 2600 Green Charge, slow release liquid nitrogen plus micronutrients. It is 13.2% urea nitrogen, 6.4 ammoniacal, if I'm saying that right, nitrogen, 6.4 nitrate nitrogen, boron 0.2%, or excuse me, 0.02%, and iron 0.4%. Just off the top, Cool Season Turf Apply, 20 ounces per 1,000. Holy crap. So this is like a full-blown nitrogen application, 20 ounces. That's probably this whole gallon. We'll have to do the math and see how much this will cover. But Green Charge, not tried it before, curious to see what color does it make the lawn, this GCI turf, this Jonathan Green back here. If we replant, likely, as I just said, I'm not going to be applying this the day that I aerate the lawn, but this may be my second nitrogen application in like November. Maybe we'll do Green Charge, maybe not. We might save it for spring, don't know. But Green Charge, if you're interested, look it up. All of these products, I'll put links below, down low. If you're like, hey, good idea, I need to get that for seeding, then I'm not here to sell you. If you don't want to get it, don't get it. Don't click the links. If you use the links in the description, thank you so much. They do give me a very small commission off of it, but I'm not here to sell products to you. I'm here to show you what I'm getting. And what I was saying before is, for some reason, they gave me stickers. I don't know what this is all about, but look at that. They gave me a big pack of stickers. Is that normal? Have you guys gotten that in yours? These are all individual stickers. I think these go on the front so that when you put them on the shelf, that's probably what it is. Instead of them sticking it on, you just put them on the front of the bottle so you can identify them, which is not a bad idea. So I'm going to put these back in here for now, but those are the products that I'm looking at as far as coming up in fall, besides the Green Kick here that we're not going to use immediately. Wow, one of them is really heavy compared to the other one. I don't know why that one's so heavy. These are the things that I'm going to plan on. You will see here on the channel. If you're interested, continue to subscribe and tune in. We'll talk about Green Charge. We'll talk about Green Kick. As I just said, I'm going to try to apply some of these here soon in the upcoming days. So thank you guys for tuning in so much. Thank you for tuning into the video with the biostimulants here. Let me know if you're doing the same order. Let me know if you plan on ordering some of these below. Hey, have at it if you want to. If not, are you using Hydratane? I've heard some people like to use Hydratane at seeding. It's known that propiconazole, a fungicide, can possibly help with germination. So let me know, what are you using at the time of seeding? Are you planning on overseeding? Or all of you overseeding? Or some of you saying, no, I'm going to try pre-emergent this year. I think my lawn is going to survive enough to try that. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for this Friday video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed the little box reveal. Let me know your thoughts. We'll see you on Monday with another lawn care video. God bless.